Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about a fatty liver and your thyroid, okay? If you have a fatty liver, chances are that's going to slow your thyroid down because, let's take it from the top. High levels of insulin from a lot of refined carbohydrates and frequent eating will put fat in the liver. You're going to get inflammation and you're going to get scar tissue, which will eventually develop into something called cirrhosis. In fact, this is called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, okay? This can also come from being an alcoholic. So the damage from high insulin, from a lot of the sugar, is almost identical from the damage from alcohol, especially if you're consuming it from high fructose corn syrup, okay? Because the fructose really will damage the liver faster than other sugars. And the average American consumes 44.7 gallons of liquid sugar every single year, okay? So how do you know if you have a fatty liver? Well, if you have a gut, you're going to have a fatty liver, okay? Because the fat is spilling over from the liver around the abdomen. It's called the visceral fat. However, the best way to identify a fatty liver is ultrasound. But what's going to happen, if you have a fatty liver, the function of that liver is going to go down and the cholesterol is going to start building up too, because you're going to get a decrease of production of bile. So when you have liver damage and not enough bile, you can't effectively remove cholesterol too well. Okay, so that's one problem. And then we have the thyroid over here. The thyroid produces a hormone called T4, and then the liver helps you convert T4 to T3, which is the active form of the thyroid hormone. This is inactive, this is active. If the liver is damaged, you're not going to convert enough into T3, and you're going to have a condition known as hypothyroidism. So now you have a slow thyroid, which will then build up more cholesterol, slow your metabolism, cause more weight gain. So really, high insulin will affect your thyroid because of the liver. All right? So what do? Well, what you do is you get on keto, intermittent fasting, to handle this, okay? Increase a lot of cruciferous vegetables, increase vegetables in general to help heal the fatty liver. Over time, you can reverse this if it's not too far gone. The next thing I would recommend is choline. You can get it in a powdered form. Some people are mixing it with the electrolyte powder to make it taste better, but choline is the B vitamin to help remove the fat off the liver pretty fast. I mean, you can do it within months. So I would add that in there with really healthy cruciferous vegetables, and doing a version of keto I call healthy ketosis, and of course intermittent fasting. That's how you're going to handle the fatty liver. That's how you're going to improve your thyroid. All right? Thanks for watching. Hey, before you leave, I just wanted to give you a little quick history on some of the books that I wrote. This was one of the first books. It's called Dr. Berg Body Shapes. It was my attempt at writing about body types. What was very interesting about this book is I actually did all the images myself. Don't ask me why. They look actually not quite as professional as some of the images that I have in the new book. But anyway, this is my first attempt right here called Dr. Berg's Body Shape Diets. And then I wrote a book more extensive called The 7 Principles of Fat Burning. I don't even have a copy anymore, actually, because it's outdated. The next book, I put about 1,000 hours into this one right here called The New Body Type Guide. Major updates on the body types. I put a lot of energy into this. It has professional images, graphics, all sorts of things. Now, the problem with this book is it doesn't really describe what this is really about. Body types are only a small portion of what's in this book. And that's why I changed the name to the Healthy Keto Plan, okay? If you happen to have this book, you don't really need this book because there's some only very, very minor updates. But if you don't have this, you need to get this one right here. This book goes into every single detail that you would ever want to know about. It goes into the 7 principles of fat burning. It goes into hormones, the body types, the basic keto plan. It goes into intermittent fasting. I talk about the 10 fat burning triggers and blockers and fat burning strategies, with a lot of details in every single chapter. I go into body issues that interfere with losing weight. there's very few people that just have a weight problem. They have a lot of body issues, whether it's sleeping problems, stress problems, inflammation, menopause. I cover that extensively in this book. Then I talk about how to get rid of stress, and I show you a technique. Then I get into exercising. And then I have a lot of really good recipes in this book as well. So this is a good reference guide. On my website, if you get this book, you get this one free. It's called Healthy Keto Intermittent Fasting. This is the shortcut, quick guide to this book. And the reason I created this book is to have you, within 45 minutes, learn how to do keto, okay, in intermittent fasting, exactly what you need to do. Then you can fill in the blanks with this book right here. So right now I'm doing a special. If you get this book, you get this one totally free, or you can go to Amazon and get these individually. So I just want to clarify the difference between this book and this updated one right here. If you don't have this, you need to get this right here. That way you can get the exact correct information to do it healthily.